Hi friends, thanks for joining me. Today I just want to try to do a quick project. I don't know how quick it's going to be. I always try to say that and I'm always not right, but I want to make purse charms. I've seen people with cute ones recently and I've had these ones forever. But I never even thought about it until I started seeing them be more popular. You can go into Claire's and pick up one. This just came on a bag that I bought, and it's attached with just key rings and another piece of the faux leather. They also have it coated in something. Come here. There we go. So the edges are coated in something. I'm going to do some research and find out what they're coated in. But until then, you just leave yours open. It's fine. If you're really concerned, you can take like a heater, like a curling iron or something, and go along the edges and kind of melt it and stuff. But I don't really know what this is. This looks like some kind of plastic dip or something. So anyways, we are just going to create a cute little heart-shaped one on the machine with the designs on the machine. I'm using a Brother SE425. And I don't even think you can get that in the store anymore. I think that the new one is like $6.25. I don't know. We're going to use some faux leather, which is just a giant piece of ribbon with some felty type of material on the back. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Where did I do with the paperwork? There it is. It's faux leather wide ribbon. It's $4.99, but as you know at Hobby Lobby, you always get 40% off if you have the app. You just give them the coupon. You find it in my Hobby Lobby in Springfield, Oregon. It's all the way on the bottom of all the ribbon. And sometimes they only have a couple things, and other times they have a lot. So they had so much to choose from this time. I didn't know what to choose from. And I'm working on a digitizing video using this same stuff, doing a purse charm as a mermaid tail. So keep your eyes out for that one. But I thought it'd be really fun just to do a simple, easy one on our machines, and excuse me, and we can. Super simple. Well, you'll have to follow directions, and I have to remember how to put the directions together for you, but it is super simple. So, oh, I don't know why I did that. So we're going to just come over to our screen over here, and we're going to choose the shapes button. We're going to go to the left, to the left, to the left until we find the heart shape. Okay, and then we're going to choose stitch number 10. That's just a regular running stitch. We're going to choose adjust, layout, and we are going to, let's just float this on here. See if we'll be in the bounds. Okay, so looks like we need to make it a tad smaller. Okay. Oh yeah, size. Okay. I think going down to 5.5 will be good. Oh, there is no 5.5. There's 5.6 and 6.5. That's funny. All right, one more try. Okay, so we are going to just be floating this stuff today. We're not going to be taping. Ooh, I guess we do need to tape down the strap. Hold on. Never tape where they're supposed to be taped. Okay, so after it prints out this first die line, we're going to need to place our loop. We don't want it to be too fat, but also not too thin either. So this way it was before was way too fat. It would have crunched up whenever we put the ring around it. And this being so small is too small. Gosh, I wish it would focus. This being too small, it'll probably break easy. So we're going to go with one kind of right in the middle. We're going to loop it over. Okay, we're going to loop it over And then we are going to tape it right over the heart whenever we sew that out. So hold on 1 second. All right, now we're just going to press go. I don't want to hold that all the way around. Okay, now we're going to take this guy and we are going to tape it in. And we're going to run that stitch one more time. We are going to tack this one down. Oh, which is okay. Oh! This is why you can never leave an embroidery machine, ever. Especially whenever you're not doing things right. Ooh, glad I caught that. Holy moly. That could have been devastating to my machine. Okay, so let's start that over, and we're going to tape the whole thing down. I don't know why. I usually think of that stuff ahead of time and Mr. Warny McWarning pants, but I don't know. I'm also human. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Okay. We will be able to take all of this tape off, don't worry. Okay, oh, I gotta rethread it. Come on, baby. My automatic threader stopped working like a week after I got it. And I took my machine to the dealer, and even the dealership did not know what to do for it. So I have been Miss Threader Machine this whole time. That's okay. It was an expensive machine, but not in the grand scheme of embroidery machines. So here we go. It's going to want to start from the beginning. Let's start it from the beginning. Up. Sorry guys, just take a second. Okay, now let's hope it didn't move the whole thing too much. Okay, now this is where it gets fun. Woohoo! Okay, we can go ahead and take this stuff off. And it doesn't matter if you leave it in, it's just you're going to hear some crunching every once in a while on your purse. Or on whoever's purse gets this. Okay, let's go ahead and leave that stuff up there though so it doesn't get caught again. Fold our long piece in half. Cut it in half, and then I thought I would be able to just float it, but I am just going to go ahead and stick some tape on the top there. Really? Okay, we are really over everything. We're covering everything really good. You don't need to use up this much material in the future. I work with miniatures and Barbies and stuff, so I don't mind all the scraps because I can make them miniature, but if you do mind having extra scraps, just cut a smaller piece. Obviously, you can call me Miss Obvious. That's my name today. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew that again. So we're sewing it 3 times on just the regular running stitch. there as it climbs over, but these machines can handle some pretty good thickness. Now, if you'd like to put something in the middle, which I'm going to do, it's already a really long video, so let's just lean into it. Okay, so where's our cute little heart? There you are. Adjust layout. Okay, let's see. It's going to be right in the middle of this heart, I hope. I think maybe bring it up just a teeny bit. Okay, so this is a heart that's already on my machine. You probably have just a simple cute design that's already on your machine. This might take a while to stitch out, so I might put it in fast forward. Okay, so that's cute. I should have just left it alone because it would have been more in the middle. But, and also while I was looking at it, I thought this was totally like a mermaidy kind of color, a mermaidy thing, but it looks more like a reptile. So I think I'm still gonna do my mermaid tail, but oops. Okay, so with this guy like this, we are going to turn it over and we're going to put some stabilizer over the back. Excuse me. Jeez. Okay. Now this stabilizer, I don't know if I said it at the beginning of the video or not, is just garden fabric. It's just polypropylene garden fabric. And I use it for all of my practicing and stuff like that, and on almost anything that doesn't have to be washed. I think it can be washed. I have washed some of the things that I've done, but I don't want to recommend it and then have somebody mess up. Some, you know, have something they worked on really hard and then it just falls apart in the washing machine. I don't want to be responsible for that, so I don't say to do it, but I have done it. And I haven't seen any negative response or any negative problems. It's even gone through the dryer just fine. So, okay, this is so that we can have a little pocket to fill. We could fill it now and then cover it, but then it's gonna, you just trust me. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our shapes. Go back to number 7, which is the heart. Go back to the running stitch at number 10. Adjust layout size. Bring your size down to 6.5 and 5.6. And then press play. I'm just cutting up a bunch of the stabilizer, a bunch of little pieces. We're going to cut a little slit in the back of that little heart pocket in the back, and we're going to shove these guys in there. Now, if you have regular, you know, polyfill around, that's probably pretty good. If you want it to be heavy, you could probably put rice in it. You know, sky's the limit. And your machine size really is the limit. If you want it to be heavy, you might want to make it a little bit bigger. Alright, so let's just go ahead and make sure you're just cutting your stabilizer, or your part, this little hole. Okay. And like I said, if you have polyfill and stuff like that, use that. But, you know, this is just scraps. Scraps that are going to get thrown away anyways. And the reason why you want to have the pocket to stuff everything in is because you have all this tension on the sides to hold as you're pushing things in. If you just put it on there and put it on top of there, there's not much tension in there, and you can't really direct the foam where to go. So if you have a lumpy spot, that's just what you got. And I hope you know, if that's, I'm talking about if you just sandwich a big glob of stuffing right there in the middle and then put the backing on it. You can do that. You just won't have as much control over how it turns out. Okay, so it's a little fluffy. Those guys, where did they go? These things, they're not super fluffy. They're just fluffy enough. And it feels like they have foam in there instead of polyfill, but we are just having some extra pieces of our stabilizer. Oh, there goes everything. Okay, so now on the back, now that we have this stuff, we're going to take our other piece, our back piece, right? Let's go ahead, since this is sewn on, let's just reuse that tape. And that one too. We don't need it anymore for the stabilizer. Come here. Okay. Make sure you're getting it over the stabilizer pouch piece and onto the main stabilizer. Like down there, there's 2 layers. All right, and then we'll put it on, and we are going to sew it one more time with our running stitch. So right here, it might give us a little trouble because it has a lot of layers. Nope. Oh, I love this machine. Okay, so we can leave it from here, or we can put a fancy edge on it. I want to do a fancy edge, I think, just to make sure it's really strong. But it's also going to make this video a little bit longer, so if you don't mind hanging on a few more minutes longer. Oops, 5.6 and 6.5. Okay, hold your horses. Oh, look at my thread. Oh, that's no good. Glad I saw that before it got going. Okay, my camera is running out of space, so I want to do this quick. This is the final result. For some reason, I ran out of space, so I had to delete a bunch of stuff, but I had to finish the project still because I had to go get my son from work. And this is it. This is with the final stitch being that decorative stitch. And so I'm going to just try to pop it out of here. Not try, I'm going to pop it out of here. And we're going to cut all the way around collectively around the whole thing until we get here. Then we're going to do like a bottleneck. Okay? So, let's see. I'll try to be quick about this. Actually, I'm going to start up here because I cut from the right hand side. Okay? So cut as close as you can without cutting into the stitching. I just love this material too. It's so pretty. You can already see it start to take shape. How cute is it? It's almost like a mylar balloon. Okay, and so when we get up here to that part, we're going to peel this back. And what I mean by peel back, I'm sorry. So our thing is in here. It's attached to a stabilizer, and then we have our backing and the front. Well, we can't cut it all at once, or we'll cut that off. So we're going to cut the front part nice and easy. Now, if you have a cutting machine and you are just super awesome, collected, and got it together and know what you're doing, you can pre-cut your hearts or whatever shapes you're using. I know all of the cutting machines have the ability to do that. Well, I know that some of them read PESs and some of them only read SVGs, but, or just, sorry, some of them only read can't even talk to you, PES files, but almost all cutting machines take SVGs. So there we go, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Let's see, I'm going to use my little scissors for that part. You can also use an X-Acto knife. You know, put it on a cutting mat and use an X-Acto knife to go around the edges to make it a little bit better defined. And that's also why they were putting that coating on it, because these things will eventually come open, especially out in the weather and stuff like that. I mean, it'll still say sewed, but it'll come open and be all floppy on the ends. So I'm going to put this on my purse really quick. Let's find that thing. Okay, let's get one of these. This might even be way too big. I think it's way too big. Okay, so here we go. We've got one of these small key rings. Put it right inside of your loop that's sewn into this, so you don't have to worry about it coming out or anything. Okay, there's that. Here's my little wallet that I want to do some HTV on it, put some pretty design on it or something. So let's take, it doesn't come on and off easy, this piece right here. Sorry about my pets. One is eating and the other one is in the hallway yelling at me to let me out, let him out. But Sissy, my bloodhound, is over there eating and drinking right now, so she's pretty loud. So there it is on the lanyard that goes on to my purse. Let's see how it looks together. Yeah, it's kind of a weird setup for this, but there we go. So now my purse has a cute charm, like all the ones in the stores these days, but I made it. So I hope you guys have lots of fun with this. Please, please tag me if you do this. I'm mostly in the Brother SE 400/500, I think a group is what it's called, or Brother PE Embroidery. Those are the two big groups that I'm in. If you're in those and you make these, please tag me, okay? I would love to see what you guys do with these. And use up the different shapes and the different designs on the machine. I would really love to see that. All right, I hope you guys found this helpful and fun. Thanks, bye.